Good evening. There was dramatic evidence today of the threat still posed by the Taliban, even as they surrender in their hundreds. Taliban fighters began abandoning Kunduz, their last stronghold in northern Afghanistan, and one of them succeeded in detonating a hidden hand grenade as he surrendered. He killed himself, 2 of his comrades, and an officer in the Northern Alliance. Several other people, including our correspondent Andrea Catherwood, were slightly injured. She sent this exclusive report.
General Dostum and his men took the only high ground in this desert to accept the surrender of foreign Taliban fighters who travelled out of Kunduz. With the Northern Alliance, American Special Forces ready to call in circling B-52 bombers if the deal went sour. At the Northern Alliance front line, rumours spread that the foreign soldiers, the most feared of all Taliban, had come not to surrender but to fight. However, when General Dostum joined us at the front, he told me they were being disarmed in the desert. Soon a truck came through, loaded with the defeated Taliban's hardware, although we would later find out these were not all the arms they have. Then came 500 foreign fighters.
Behind me you can see the Taliban fighters who surrendered from Kunduz. They are now the prisoners of the Northern Alliance and will be taken to Kalajangi Fort.
Inside the fort, General Dostum's headquarters, the Northern Alliance began to search these men, a process that should have been completed in the desert. This soldier showed me 2 grenades he'd just taken from the Taliban. Some of these prisoners are Arabic, some Chechen, but most came a month ago from Pakistan to fight, they said, a holy war. Now they've been instructed by their leader to surrender. But as the last truck began to unload prisoners, we were rocked by a blast. One of the Taliban exploded a hidden grenade just 10 meters from where we stood. He killed himself, 2 other foreign fighters, and the Northern Alliance police chief there to search them. The soldiers panicked in the aftermath, seemingly at a loss as to how to secure their prisoners.
The Northern Alliance have now brought in more soldiers to guard the prisoners, but they seem barely in control of this situation.
Kalajangi Fort now has an enemy within that was supposed to have surrendered, but today proved deadly. Andrea Catherwood, ITN, Mazari Sharif.
Here, 4 people, including 2 children, are in hospital tonight after a rally car ploughed into a group of spectators. 9 other people were also injured when the Spanish driver Carlos Sainz lost control of his vehicle. Here's Sasha Herriman.
The 4-day rally attracts up to 200,000 fans. It was the penultimate day with Ford Focus driver Carlos Sainz, seen here earlier in the rally with a flat tyre, in 4th place. In today's accident in Breckford Forest, Sainz crashed 8 miles into the 18.5-mile route, ploughing into spectators. 13 people were hurt. 2 children and 2 adults have been kept in hospital overnight. 9 others had minor injuries. There are designated spectator viewing areas, vital because cars reach speeds of 100 miles an hour. This is what happened on Friday when championship leaders Colin McRae and Tommy Mackinnon crashed out of the same rally. Today, Sainz was uninjured, finishing his stage of the rally, but Ford's withdrawn him and all its vehicles from the event and have launched an investigation. For other competitors, the race ends tomorrow. Sasha Herriman, ITN.
Loyalist demonstrators have called off their 12-week-long protest against a group of Catholic schoolgirls and their parents in North Belfast. The children's daily walk to the Holy Cross Primary School through a Protestant area of the city was the target of bitter protests. Residents have been offered a package of measures to improve the local area. Rugby League now, and Australia have taken the Ashes series, winning the final decisive test against Great Britain by 28 points to 8. This try by Paul Johnson gave Great Britain a 4-0 lead after only 4 minutes. But Australia recovered quickly and Trent Barrett's second try sealed their victory. In rugby union, meanwhile, England continued their impressive run of form, beating South Africa 29 points to 9. Scotland were less successful, though, losing at home to another Southern Hemisphere side, the mighty All Blacks. Felicity Barr watched the action.
An historic afternoon for England and man of the match Johnny Wilkinson. The fly half put the home side ahead after just 6 minutes. And although Bram van Straten was on target for South Africa, England led 9-6 at the break. And they dominated the second half, with Wilkinson taking his international points total past 450. But the biggest cheer was for Dan Luger, who raced 80 metres for the only try. Final score, England 29, South Africa 9. No such joy for Scotland. Despite their good start, Chris Patterson twice kicked them into the lead. But he missed several other chances and New Zealand broke away in the second half, scoring 3 tries in the last 8 minutes. Final score, Scotland 6, New Zealand 37. Felicity Barr, ITN Sport.
And that is the ITV Weekend News. Have a very good evening. Bye-bye. Hello again. Well, it was fairly mild for the majority of us today. Still had a fair bit of cloud about. Big changes come tomorrow. A band of rain will be pushing its way southeastwards across the country. Brighter skies are behind that, but it'll certainly feel colder. So back to tonight, still going to have a fair bit of cloud lingering around. The odd bit of mist here and there. Patchy drizzle mainly out to the west. Indeed, by the later part of the night, that persistent rain will have moved in towards Northern Ireland and parts of Scotland. Of course, that'll be setting the scene for tomorrow. Not looking too bad on the temperature gauge, still fairly much in double figures, so at least a very mild night with that. Come tomorrow, that rain will start to gradually edge its way southeastwards across the country, reaching the far southeast corner by evening. Some of that rain may be pretty heavy downpours in some places, brighter skies coming behind that, but some wintry showers as well, in particular across those hills in Scotland. Now,